Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Ashley McDowell. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. Being understaffed, the Board of Parole is asking to be exempt in austerity measures. Also tonight, investigations are still going on for a fire that occurred at an empty campus. And an unclaimed veteran gets laid in his final resting place after spending over a year in the morgue. In sports, it's an annual tournament players look forward to every year for decades. Stay with us, these stories and more are next.
What is Whole Home Wi-Fi? Whole Home Wi-Fi spreads Wi-Fi across your entire home. Pods plug straight into the wall. No messy cables. They spread the internet from your modem to every corner of your home at full speed. Whole Home Wi-Fi doesn't just make your Wi-Fi faster. It intelligently adapts to your environment and manages your Wi-Fi 24/7 based on insight like the number and types of devices connected to your home. Whole Home Wi-Fi, powered by Plume. Learn more at docomopacific.com.
Half a day. Join us for the Marianas Festival of Hope on February 21 at the American Memorial Park. Come and be blessed as you listen to a message of hope from the Reverend Franklin Graham. And enjoy a night of music featuring Grammy Award singer and songwriter and multi-platinum artist Michael W. Smith. Together with award-winning guitarist Dennis Agajanian, the Tommy Coombs Band, and from the Philippines, Margarita It's Wahiman. Admission is free. See you there at the American Memorial Park on Friday, February 21. Gates will open at 5:30 p.m. For more information, follow us on Facebook at Marianas Festival of Hope with Franklin Graham.
Watch the Visitors Channel online, on time, anytime at saipantv.com. Where to go, what to see, what to do. Restaurants, spas, activities, and culture. It's all in one place, in high definition, on your mobile device. saipantv.com. Check it out.
Half a day, Tirawami, and good evening, Commonwealth. Today is Tuesday, February 11th, 2020. The CNMI Board of Parole are reaching out to leaders in considering their request to not be included in the austerity measures. KSPN's Sally Lemus has the details.
Chairman Ramon B. Camacho states the CNMI Board of Parole are currently understaffed and cutting their hours will make it difficult to keep up their responsibilities.
Parole job is, I will consider, tougher than the police because they deal with the non-convicted people and they need to be constantly monitored, supervised. At times they unannounced visit because they have the conditions, curfew hour. So the officers sometimes just went there just to do a spot check. And we need that. We want to make sure that they, abide the condition imposed by the board. So again, I humbly ask the leaders not to include the parole officers in the austerity.
Camacho says they have already sent a letter to the governor to consider their request. Currently, there are 35 parolees and only 2 officers. Chief of Parole Nick Regis explains the process of monitoring the parolees.
Most of our parolees right now, with the 29 on our beginning, they're all employed. They've been going to counselings. Basically, they got a full-time job, and then after work, they go counseling at either CGC or Hope Recovery. We try as much as possible to even monitor them at night, their activities, and also during weekends. So it kind of hampers a little on our side, but like I said again, that's our responsibility. We do have to keep the community safe and make sure that they're following the federal laws and the local laws.
Regis says the job is hard, but it is their responsibility to keep the community safe.
Never-ending security. We do, like I said, we go on weekends, on holidays, and you know it's really hard. But with the staff that I have right now, we're so motivated because it's part of our job is to make sure that everybody's safe out in the community.
The CNMI Board of Parole does desire to see a staff of at least 4 officers, but with the recent austerity measures, it will likely not happen. Reporting for KSPN, I'm Sally Limis.
In court, a Chinese male that was indicted on making false statements to a federal agency is found guilty. Zhu Ren is convicted of count 1 of false statement to a federal agency and improper entry into the United States by false statement. Ren told the CBP officer that he had come to Saipan for tourism purposes, but was trying to obtain some type of lawful status. Ren was only granted parole until May 15, 2018, but overstayed a year. Ren is found guilty on count 1 of the indictment, false statement to a federal agency. The jury trial started on Friday, February 7th and completed on February 10th. A sentencing is scheduled for June 4th, 2020 at 9 a.m. A fire broke out at Hopwood Junior High School. Investigations are still ongoing, as our Sally Limas reports.
On February 10, the Department of Fire and Emergency Medical Services were dispatched to the former Hopwood Junior High School campus in Chalampiao after a female called 911 to report heavy black smoke coming from the campus. At around 4 p.m., DFEMS officers from Susupi, Garapan, and Cagman Fire Station arrived at the scene. DFEMS units confirmed that there were 2 separate fires, a grass fire and structure fire. The structure fire was located on the western side of the school in the middle room. The grass fire was located along the western border of the school, and Forestry 5 unit was able to control the fire from igniting the trees along the shoreline. DFEM's fire crew supervisor confirmed the structure of the fire was controlled at 4:40 p.m. No persons were injured, and no treatment was provided at the scene for medical complaints in relation to the fire. The cause of the fire is undetermined, and fire investigations are still processing the scene. Reporting for KSPN, I'm Sally Limis.
Residents in the Commonwealth may be seeing some active airflow this week, but there is no need to be alarmed. According to the Commonwealth Bureau of Military Affairs, the Commonwealth Ports Authority, and CNMI Homeland Security and Emergency Management, the COPE North 2020 exercise will be occurring this week in the vicinity of Saipan, Tinian, Rota, and the Northern Islands. COPE North is an annual exercise for disaster relief training and multilateral humanitarian assistance activities. The release states the exercise will enhance mission readiness between the Department of Defense and allies such as Australia, Japan, and the Republic of Korea. For more information, contact the CNMI EOC State Warning Point. Respects were paid today at the Veterans Cemetery in Marpi for an unclaimed veteran that got laid to rest. Today, we pay respect to Army veteran Robert Wayne McCausland, an unclaimed veteran that was laid to rest at the Veterans Cemetery here in the CNMI.
He was born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania on 24 January 1945. He enlisted in the United States Army in 16 January 1968, and he made it all the way up to the rank of E5.
McCausland passed away on September 28th of 2018, and his body has been lying in the morgue ever since.
This came to my desk, my attention, when I got received a call from the CHCC stating that there's a veteran that's been here over a year, and to my surprise, I couldn't understand, and I didn't understand what happened. So what I did some research, some fact finding, and in the same token started the process, reach out to the regional office in Honolulu.
Then ICAPO reached out to the only known family members McCausland had.
After I did my fact finding, communicated with Red Cross, communicated through also with VFW, I reached out to the family and communicated with the daughter. I emailed the ex-wife. So I wrote this email on behalf of our office and the Veterans Affairs and our government, and so and let them know who I am, and I would love to have them come down or to come down and claim our honorable veteran, Mr. McCausland. And the email came back, the response was very unfavorable.
But today, 50 veterans showed up to pay their respect, and one of McCausland's friends, David Blake, had the honor of receiving the burial flag.
It means a great deal from the standpoint a lot of people worked on this and deserve a lot of credit. Veterans Affairs from the CNMI, American Red Cross, and of course the local chapter of Veterans of Foreign Wars. For them to decide I should get it is a great honor.
McCausland arrived on Saipan in the early 90s, and although no family is here to claim him, ICAPO says every veteran deserves a final salute.
We are his family, which is why I appreciate and I thank those who showed up, all the veterans, because we serve as Mr. McCausland's family.
Coming up after the break, many young professionals gathered for some tips on how to better thrive in the business field. Stay tuned.
Mom, are you sure? What about the shutters? And do you have your medicine?
Don't worry about us, love, okay? You take good care of yourself. Hi, my love. Yeah, sorry. The power went out, so I had to light up all the candles. Yeah. Yes, baby, yeah. I'm just glad our home phone's working and we're able to contact you.
Winigi PHI Pharmacy in Gofadahi, Ihinim Lomu.
Our complete line of pharmaceuticals and lowest prices ensure you get the treatment that you deserve.
Our compassionate, friendly, multilingual staff will take the time to get to know you, explain your medications to you, and answer any questions that you may have.
Ngere ayor sumaye ukalweres ren, kutsu wayor safeye emal ebalisiu klalyamweres.
Inumin ng inyong gamot ayon sa inireseta ng inyong doktor at alinsunod sa bilin ng inyong pharmaceutical.
We accept most insurance, but in case you don't have coverage, we offer cost-effective generic drugs.
PHI Pharmacy, your lifelong partner in health. PHI, the pharmacy you can trust.
Welcome back to the Channel 2 News. Mariana's young professionals gathered for their first meeting of the year. Take a listen. The MyPros Young Professionals of the CNMI held their first general membership meeting of 2020. MyPros President Michelle Cabrera Adelig shares why this meeting is so important.
It is important because it's a new year, it's a new decade, and to be honest, we also have a new board of directors, right? And we want to share what the vision is for the year and also what the vision is for the future. And it's important that we have passionate young professionals come together. It's not just about being part, having your name as a member of MyPros, but it's about standing behind something that we can do together for our community.
The keynote speaker for the event was Tan Holdings president Jerry Tan, who shared two very important points with the young professionals.
Be generous with your time. And then when you have a little bit money, be generous with your money. And before I end my speech, I want to give you a second advice also. Be healthy. You don't have money, you're healthy, you can be very happy. But it's better that you have money, you're also healthy. Then you can enjoy your money. But if you're not healthy, nothing matters.
I think those two things resonate with the membership because being a part of MyPros is about being generous with your time and giving back to something bigger than yourself, right? And then being healthy is important because while we think we're young and invincible, we have to be mindful that, life is fleeting and we need to take care of ourselves now.
Other guest speakers at the general membership meeting include CHCC pediatrician Dr. Elizabeth Trish and Catherine Attal from the Pacific Century Fellows Marianas chapter. On Guam, a settlement has been reached between GPA and EPA. KUAM has the details.
Here's what's making news on Guam. Facing potential fines of more than $600 million for violating a federal act, GPA has instead reached a $400,000 settlement with the EPA. But as part of the deal, they'll build what will be the largest ever power plant.
GPA entered into a consent decree with the federal EPA for non-compliance with national emission standards for hazardous air pollutants at the Cabras and PD power plants. The $400,000 settlement negotiated over several years is small compared to the $600 million GPA says it could have been hit with. However, it has also agreed to build a new 198-megawatt low-sulfur diesel power plant in Dededo. GPA General Manager John Benavente says it made more sense to do that than to retrofit the aging Cabras and PD plants to meet new emission standards.
So the new power plant is going to be with us for another 40, 50 years. The new power plant is going to allow us to consume 1 million barrels or about 42 million gallons of oil less a year. Although it's more expensive fuel, it's cleaner, and we can afford it by consuming less.
GPA signed a 25-year build, operate, and transfer contract with the Korean Electric Power Company in November, and Benavente says they are scheduled to break ground in a few months. The consent decree requires the plant be built by October 2023. The penalties for missing the deadlines are $240,000 per day. CCU Chairman Joey Duenas.
The court and EPA are reasonable. What they most want to see is the effort that you're making to accomplish what you agreed to. If they believe that you are accomplishing what you agreed to, they are reasonable people.
The estimated cost to GPA over the term of the KEPCO deal are $600 million in power purchases and $2.3 billion in fuel. For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
The plan includes boosting solar capacity to 140 megawatts. Well, GWA has also been slapped with violations by the EPA for deficient leak detection at underground storage tanks at 5 different sewer pump stations. Nick Lee is the spokesperson for the Guam Environmental Protection Agency.
There were some deficiencies that were observed during these routine inspections. We've made GWA well aware of those deficiencies. They are proactive in getting those corrected. Some of the things that we observed were incomplete records. Leak detection systems are crucial for environmental and human protection. Anytime you have a regulated substance like fuel, which has a chance to seep into the ground, that's never a good thing.
GWA says they're responding to violation notices and are meeting with the contractor about the deficiencies. Both GWA and the EPA indicate there's been no sign of any leaks. Check out KUAM.com for more.
All right, coming up, a real heavy blast from the past. Where were you 10 years ago? We know where KSPN2 Sports was. We were in Marpy.
Half a day, I'm Dr. Dennis Williams, eye surgeon and physician at the Marianas Eye Institute.
Smoking can harm nearly every organ in your body, including your eyes. Age-related macular degeneration, or AMD, affects the center of the retina, which is responsible for the central vision needed for everyday tasks such as reading and driving.
Multiple of scientific studies involving smoking and the health of your eye have absolutely demonstrated how the blood vessels can be severely affected by smoking so much that you would lose your central vision.
AMD is the leading cause of permanent vision loss among Americans age 65 and older, and if you smoke, you're 3 times more likely to get it.
Fortunately, these same studies have shown that by stopping smoking, you can decrease this risk in the future in spite of many years of smoking. So I encourage you to stop smoking as soon as you possibly can.
Many eye issues can be treated right here on Saipan. Come see for yourself.
This has been Dr. Dennis Williams of the Marianas Eye Institute.
Summer is here. Have some fun at Marianas Trekking inside the Mariana Resort. Feel the speed at the Seaside Circuit. Trek to the rugged Forbidden Island. Ride a buggy or ATV on our off-road adventure. Go stand-up paddleboarding. Whack balls at the driving range. Or pitch or putt on the short course. It's all at Saipan's premier and homegrown adventure company, Marianas Trekking. Book online at marianastrekking.com or come see us inside the Mariana Resort.
Buenas sports fans. Buenas sports fans, the first tennis tournament of 2020 is underway at American Memorial Park. Watch out for coconuts. White coconuts. The wild and wacky world of tennis opens up with the annual White Coconut Classic, where winners take home white coconuts as trophies. There are no pictures because they haven't been painted yet.
This is our funnest tournament of the year. We've got, especially because we have the mixed up doubles. So we have kids and adults, and we randomly pair them up and play doubles together, and it's great for the kids because they're learning so much by playing with the adults, and they're really pushed beyond where they've ever been before to try and keep up with the other players, and it just makes everybody better, and it's a lot of fun.
In addition to the mixed doubles, there's singles competition. Men's singles first round action. Sam Rio, service winner after Stephen Goodwin's backhand flub. Sam already up 4-1 in the first set, according to the score post. Sam takes something off his second serve. Stephen returns deep. Sam trying to get another backhand, and he does. Another flub. No, not this time. But the other corner opens up for the winner. Sam serving. Oh, home run. It's a pop. Ground rule double. Sam goes on to win this match 6-2, 6-4. He moves on to Saturday. Both of these players part of the men's single. It has 14 players topped by top-seeded Robbie Shore.
We have a lot of pretty serious tournaments, and this one's probably the least serious and the most fun.
Sumo wrestling is something we only see on TV here, but on Saturday, sumo wrestlers are coming to Saipan. The Hyatt Regency is sponsoring an exclusive student event this Saturday at 12 o'clock noon at their beachside. There's also a chanko nabi. That's the staple lunch food of sumo wrestlers, if you didn't know. Sumo is Japan's national sport now. Only 200 spaces are available to the public school system, and they will distribute tickets to selected students. This video you're seeing is from the 2015 when the Hyatt sponsored a similar event. The president of Saipan Portopio Hotel, which owns the Hyatt Regency, is bringing these wrestlers from Japan. And 10 years ago, a retired sumo superstar, Akabono from Hawaii, he came to Saipan for an exhibition match at the Marpi baseball field. An unreal setting. It is a KSPN2 Sports Heavyweight Classic. with the sun setting over the ocean and the moon coming up over Marpy on a picture-perfect evening, the stage was set in a baseball field for something that was as surreal as it was real.
He's a 500 pounds Yokohama! And he's a partner, 500 pounds, ladies and gentlemen,
That's close to 1,000 pounds on that team, and they used their size advantage for a winning advantage.
Here's the windup and the pitch.
I don't believe what I just saw!
So what are you going to do this year? At Gold's, a dedicated fitness studio with a cushioned floor is perfect for group exercise. The cardio room features a variety of treadmills, bikes, steppers, and ellipticals. Fitness machines will help you achieve your goals, and the largest free weight area on Saipan gives you comfortable space to work out. Gold's Gym team is ready to help you get to your goals. Try harder. We know you can do it.
Today's high 84, 78 in Chalagoidi at noontime, 73 the low there this morning, 62% humidity tomorrow, partly sunny, isolated showers, stiff northeast breezes, 25 to 30 miles an hour, high 86, low 75, high surf advisory now in effect. Seas 8 to 10 feet, sunrise 6:43, high tide 10:28, low tide 4:30, sunset 6:19.
Thank you, Bob, for that weather report. So that was pretty cool that you got to go to that.
That was so cool 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll ever see it again, but just putting a ring out in the middle of the ball field out there and driving out Marpy at night is just so nice, and the breezes were coming
It's
in.
not as lit up, so I bet it's beautiful.
No, it was just beautiful, and it was like surreal. It was like in a dream or something. I couldn't believe that we actually had that here.
Something like that here. I wish they'd bring something like that back. I would definitely be interested to go see it.
I thought it was really cool. Yeah.
Maybe one day.
Maybe not.
One can only hope.
We'll see.
All right, well, thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your night. Tune in tomorrow night at 6.
Good night.